Getfund has really helped the school by providing us with new buses, new classrooms and everything. So I think they should continue with the good work that they are doing.
Getfund, so far, so good. And then comparing myself to many headmasters, I would say I have been one of the luckiest headmasters by looking at what Getfund has done for Our Lady of Mercy Senior High School. We had a 6-unit classroom which was put up by the Getfund. And then when I reported to this office about 6 months ago, I was lucky to meet an approved one from the Getfund, a 12-unit classroom block which is ongoing. And then hopefully, maybe by the close of this term, I'll be lucky to fill this room with many students. So it's helped to increase the number of intake in the school.
So it was through the Getfund that we have got a school bus. Now when we want to go for excursions to learn something, we'd have to go sit in the school bus and then go for the excursion. So the Getfund has really helped us.
They should keep on doing the good work that they are doing, and what they've done has really helped a lot of students. They should keep on doing it, and God will really reward them.
In other instances, some projects are in their embryonic stages. Suffice to state that these projects are not exclusive to communities within the cities and well-endowed towns. Adequate attention is being given to schools in disadvantaged communities in the form of classroom blocks, dormitories, staff bungalows, dining halls, administrative blocks, among others. However, these were not achieved without challenges.
Primarily, the challenges that we faced had to do with accessibility to most of the sites, but we are making progress.
We advise assemblies that they look at areas which are very, very deprived. Most of them are in very bad shape. But let me say that until then, we had plenty of those structures, but we have been able to change, get about 200, 250 of such structures. So I think that we are making a headway.
Never in present times has Ghana's second cycle sector seen such volumes of development going on at the same time. All thanks to the Getfund.
Getfund, they have done well, and I'm sure my school is not the only school Getfund has assisted.
As a down when I'm the man by say or boy ama the school no China. Nancy could almost a chichebi. This is like you need to be cranky, but I got prebi, and we say yes, I can be. Until that a biansipa, say Sunday men in our mind.
We should commend the people who actually brought this Getfund into being, because it has been a very major player in the provision of these facilities for the Bia Senior Secondary Technical School. As I speak, the results of the senior certificate examination have just been released, and it is a massive improvement over the previous years. And all these things because of the progress of the school by way of infrastructure. As I speak, we now have taken delivery of a brand new bus. It has whetted the appetite to study, and everything is on course to making the school a very good school.
It's a primary school turned senior high school, and the buildings are quite small. The capacity of the classrooms are not big enough. We are actually squeezed in there. In some of the classrooms, the teacher has to stand at the door to teach. And because of the lack of classroom accommodation, we run just one stream, one class in each program. We're doing 3 programs, and we are forced to take just 40 in a class or 45 in the class when we could take more. That apart is in the heart of town. There's a lot of intrusion. We have to share boundaries with the basic school. When they are on break and we are not, it's difficult to concentrate, and things of the like. People come in, traders, everybody just walks in. Sometimes people are playing a football match right behind you, and classes have to go on. So it's really difficult, but when we move here, it's a very conducive place. It's a serene atmosphere. The classes are quite large, and here we're going to have at least 18 classrooms for a start. That is going to give us room to be able to increase our intake to 2 streams for now. And then we're going to have a dormitory facility. The students will be on campus. That is going a long way to enhance our teaching and learning. Contact periods will be more effective, and then we'll be able to keep the students within the school environment. So we are very grateful to Getfund.
Moving away from students, the comfort and well-being of teachers have been on the priority list of the Getfund. Mention can be made of the construction of residential facilities for teaching and non-teaching staff of various second cycle institutions. Other areas of support can be seen in the provision of books and vehicles to facilitate teaching and learning.
Thanks to Getfund program, who came in as an intervention of extra accommodation for schools to accommodate the extra 4-year program. And so this school benefited from this program a lot. We had a 6-classroom block, then again a 12-unit classroom block, then a girls' dormitory block.
On behalf of all the students of Bongo Senior High School, I would like to say a big thank you to the Getfund.
I would like to express my sincere gratitude to Getfund for their efforts to get us this new science lab.
Getfund has been very, very supportive. They have given us a science lab. Integrated science is a subject that every student in Ghana has to do, whether you are reading business, no matter the course you are doing. It means that schools need very big labs to be able to do practicals even in the integrated science, not just for science students only. And therefore, with the presence of that, we can now have the science students really having their lab, and then the old small one would use that one for the others. So somehow we are grateful to Getfund for giving us that building.
I'm very grateful to Getfund. We thank them very much for helping us, and we are very grateful.
I'd like to express my profound gratitude to Getfund for coming to our aid in diverse ways.
In addition to these, the Getfund, in collaboration with the Ministry of Education and the Ministry of Environment and Science, have instituted the Mathematics, Science and Technical Education Scholarship Scheme, MASTERS. This is intended to assist needy students.
To encourage people to do science and mathematics, you must encourage them at the pre-tertiary level. Many people want to study science, but because it costs more to study science than the liberal arts, the cost sometimes becomes a barrier. So we are making these scholarships available through the Masters scheme, where they distribute forms to people at the pre-tertiary level and they support their training.
We had 3 students in this school who were enjoying the Maths and Science scholarship, but one has just passed out and they are now 2. So far, about 8 girls too have applied. Getfund has done so much for the school. We couldn't go out on excursions, we couldn't do anything, but initially we were given a 32-seater bus, though we didn't have, but we were using it to solve our problems in a way. But now that we have had this additional one, it will go a very long way to solve most of our transportation problems.
As a developing country standing at the verge of industrialization, there is a compelling need for a trained and skilled technical workforce to complement the drive to industrialization. To this end, the Getfund, in consultation with stakeholders in the technical and vocational institutions, have considered a re-engineering of technical and vocational education. This has culminated in the construction and expansion of technical schools across the length and breadth of the country.
For the technical subsector, apart from just providing classrooms, the other challenge is the equipment. Well, a technical school is no use if you don't have the range of implements and tools that the technical people can learn to improve their technical and vocational skills.
So all of these things are being done, especially by the Cuthbert Council for Vocational and Technical Education. It's a comprehensive setup of the Ministry of Education, which is collaborating with us to do all the things that we need to do to make technical education more appealing and more attractive and package it properly.
Getfund is doing well in Ghana, precisely in Nkranza Technical Institute, for creating a lot of infrastructures for the school.
I feel confident being a student here to sit and learn and write exams and pass well. This project will help me, the students, and then the masters to make learning easier for us.
These projects have made for alternative, well-developed streams of technical education and aided trainees to have a balanced development. ICT is one of the driving forces of global development today. In response to making ICT knowledge readily available, the Getfund has provided 2 ICT centers in Sunyani and Bolgatanga.
Formally, we established an ICT center in Sunyani, where not just for the community, for everybody to try and have access to ICT. We did that. If we went to Bolgatanga, we have a similar thing there. And we plan to do more of these in every regional capital, just so that ICT, knowledge is diffused and it's more accessible to our people.
A lot of people had this fear of computers, but inviting them to the place to actually have a go at using the computer alone has removed a lot of the intimidation when it comes to computers. And for the students, we have a lot of students coming in on weekly basis to open things like email accounts. They are able to communicate easily. We have other websites which we have shown them how to go to, for instance, things like Wikipedia, where they can do research. It's really helping the community.
I can now type documents using the Microsoft Word.
I've got more knowledge on software and hardware.
The region should appreciate what the Getfund people has done by giving us a regional ICT center.
Getfund has been of tremendous help in the areas of education in the country. People, in fact, have taken advantage of it and are enrolling to be computer literacy.
I want to study the course because it's very good. Nowadays, the ICT, you do work efficiently and the work produced is neat and accurate.
We want to leave as a legacy that when this board was instituted, it was able to deal with this dreadful phenomenon that every child is receiving instructions and learning in a more decent environment.
Indeed, the Getfund has become a dependable source of funding for second cycle education and thereby playing a torch-bearing role in the overall development of the country.